strap, so it'll stay tight,
Yeah.
you know, so, but I'm all right.
Must have been very painful.
It was.
How long between it
8
happening?
weeks,
But
8
no,
weeks.
between it happening and you getting some help, some,
2 days before, well, actually, I went almost 2 weeks before they did this because I was working, and I had the stuff they put on my leg. I had that wrapped all up. They gave me some stuff to put on it, and I went on and did my gigs.
skin graft, is that what it's?
No, they did that when I got through with my gigs. I was under contract to do.
Oh,
So I went and did the gigs and came back, and that's when they told me, they said, well, it's gonna take about 2 hours, but we're gonna put you to sleep.
Wow.
I said, yeah, okay. So they put me to sleep, and I woke up with this patch on my leg and this wrapped all up and this on here. That didn't bother me then. The next day, this gave me a fit. This never hurted me at all, but, you know, and this is hurting right now, you know, because I got 2 little bitty spots that's look like trying to be hard and not healed right, you know. See, but I'm okay because I got diabetes, and that is what they were worried about. But so far I'm healing up, you know, and that's a miracle, they say, because with diabetes, you don't heal that easy, you know. So I just got one little spot that's messing with me a little bit.
When did this happen, Bob?
Oh, this has been 8, 9 weeks, almost 2 months.
Back before the end of the year, the holidays, December, or where are we now? What
Tell
are
you
we?
the truth, this is
This
January.
is, no, we're February.
It's
What's
February. This happened in January.
Do you know these? Do you know these troublemakers here?
Nice to see you.
Hey, Willie. Good to see you again.
Oh, I'm Willie.
This is Willie now.
You know, all right, okay, man. Yeah, but I'm all right now, man. I doing my thing.
All right.
CDs and LPs and things like that. Do you want to thumb through them, or you're okay?
I think I'm fine. Yeah, you know, why don't we just
could
get
you do
rolling?
Have you got anybody that could find the number and call over to B&H?
Oh, Phil's the
for me?
guy.
And-
You see the number from B&H,
Oh, okay. And Did
And
you see the
see-
charger? Is that something that?
no, I mean, Pablo?
Yeah, I gotta find this, because they ain't got nothing like this in Gainesville. Huh?
B&H a little.
They ain't got nothing. Cat said, that's an old camera. I said, yeah, well, somebody's got to have a battery. Now, they got some at Radio Shack, but they're not that long, you know. Batteries, rather, but they don't have no charger. They don't even know what the hell to even look for. It's in there. I need a battery and a charger. It's for Sensui. See, that's the battery that came with the camera, and that thing is not charging it.
Had his name,
Oh,
where it was.
right.
Oh,
because
It's
yeah.
a nice little.
I
name.
think
Oh, a nice
I think
package.
this boy's going
And
bad.
this was the track
Is it
listing,
doesn't
if we
hold
need to
charge
get
as
around.
long
Yeah,
as it's
uh-huh.
Replace the
We
songs
have all
around
the
here.
cables.
Yeah, I think I'm
It's
gonna go with
usually,
this one
usually the
from
battery.
here.
It starts to
And,
go.
you know,
I put a new battery
might
in here. I
bring
got
Willie
one
in at
more,
some point.
and
Yeah,
they did the same
talk.
thing.
Oh,
So
great.
I would need to
So,
get
And a charger.
a new
we'll
one
figure it out.
if they got it.
As far as we know, Bo doesn't know.
Or something that will
Just
charge
listen to
that
us
battery,
on the way out.
and
Okay,
a different kind of charger. I wouldn't care. Just so
Do you want to get a
a
new battery?
new battery, yeah, and a charger, both. So that'll give
Do you know
me,
the model of the camera?
huh?
Do you know the model of the camera?
That is right there. It all came together. Yeah. All I know is it's Sansui VHS.
Samsung?
Yeah, VHS. Just one of the old VHS cameras. It's kind of the industrial model,
Yeah.
you know.
How do you like all this new technology?
I don't, because it came before I got out the way of it.
I know what you mean.
It's like is changing a flat tire in the middle of the freeway, which is a disaster to me. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Shit, I can't even touch. In fact, I got 2 computers. I don't even fool with them. I just bought them. You know.
So you don't do email, I guess.
No, no. I'd rather go to the post office.
Oh, that's funny.
I go to the post office and maybe pay a couple more bucks and go to UPS. You understand me?
I'm with you.
I ain't got time for
I'm
this
with
other
you.
crap.
These cell phones.
All this stuff. You know what?
Makes
Yeah,
you crazy.
I'm gonna tell you something. They keep talking about technology and all this kind of stuff, but do you know the technology is outrunning the jobs?
I think
They're outrunning the jobs, and they should be running neck and neck.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And those things are going to be the death of us.
Yeah. And
See, we putting cancer in our stomach. That's exactly what's happening, and I'm for change. I don't mind change. Except coming from the horse and buggy to the vehicle. You understand what I mean? But we don't need all these computers in cars, you know, and then talk about how fast the thing run and all that. You can't go over 55 miles an hour, and they give you a car that run 120, 100, 200 miles an hour. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
You know, it don't make sense.
Very true.
So I say that these things are going to cause us a bad problem. Watch. Remember what I'm saying.
Oh, I hear you
They're
loud
gonna cause
and
us
clear.
a problem. Everybody's all happy about all of the little gizmos and all that kind of stuff. It ain't time for it yet.
Trouble on the way.
It's
Willie, could you close that?
trouble in the makings.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you? Do you have what you need, Bill? Are we rolling? All right. I'm just going to start, and we're going to talk. I like the way this man talks.
Hey, I'm just telling you what I see. I'm for real. I look ahead to what's like a confrontation before I decide to bust somebody in the mouth about something they do to me. I think about all the consequences that might come my way after I do this stupid thing. You understand? So either I walk off and say, hey, you know, good riddance, you know what I'm saying? I ain't scratched up, the other person ain't scratched up, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that don't mean I'm scared.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that I ain't got time for to be playing no games in the police department. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get some of this good stuff
Okay.
on tape. Here we go.
I used to be a cop myself, you know what I'm saying?
My youngest son, just got taken on NYPD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he just started.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Anyway,
It's a good gig.
it is a good gig.
It's
yeah.
a good gig if you learn how to talk to people. You don't have to. You don't have to be nasty until they push your button.
That's the key. That is the key. Yeah.
You
He's
push-
learning fast.
Yeah, push my button and my blackjack come out. You know what I'm saying?
All right, here we go.
Go ahead.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Mixed Bag Radio. This is Pete Fornatale at the Gibson Baldwin Showroom in New York City with my special guest today, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. They call him the originator, and you'll know why when you hear this beat. First song. That's Bo Diddley, of course, and the Bo Diddley beat, as it is called. We have the creator of that song and that music and that style with us today on Mixed Bag Radio. Bo, we have to start at the beginning. We have to start with that sound. Where did it come from? Where did it come from?
I don't know. I tried to play like Muddy Waters, and John Lee Hooker. At that time, when I was a youngster, I thought John Lee was a joke, you know. And I told my sister, I says, you know, if that cat can play guitar, I'm gonna learn how I know I can learn how to play, you know. And I had never thought that he would be a monument, that I call it.
Mm-hmm.
John Lee was I don't know, man. He was stacked up there, you know. And I tried to play like Muddy Waters. When I did learn how to do a little bit of something on the guitar, it didn't work. So I had to leave Muddy alone, you know what I'm saying? So I said, well, if I'm going to deal with this, maybe I should try to do my own thing and forget about everybody else's stuff. And I said, I think I'm talented enough to do something. And I was trying to play Gene Autry's I Got Sparrows That Jingle, Jangle, Jingle, and stumble up on that beat. And I put a melody to it, that and everybody tried to connect it with ham bone. It is not ham bone. You know, ham bone went, ham bone, have you heard? Papa gonna buy me a mockingbird, ham bone. You know, that's not like that belongs to me and only me. And they tried to tell me that the beat is public domain. That is the biggest lie that ever was told. Because if you can write it, and it's been written, you can copyright it.
Right, sure.
See, I had 12 years of classical music also, and that's something I'm fixing to do, bring out and let people see something that they didn't know I knew how to do, you know, before I decide to quit this stuff, which I'm not going to quit. So you ain't going to get rid of me that easy. You know what I'm saying?
What attracted you to music in the first place? What were your first?
I don't know. I was a little country boy, but they took me, old folks took me from Mississippi to Chicago, Illinois, and I was like 7, 8 years old. And the church bought me my first violin. And at that time, I understood later that they only paid $29 for it. That was a lot of money back then, you know. And they gave it to me, and Professor O.W. Frederick taught me classical music. I played all that long hair stuff, you know. But I didn't see too many black dudes running around with a violin. You know what I'm saying? So I said, wait a minute, there's something wrong with this. So I picked up the guitar, what my sister bought me.
Now tell me something. I read this. Your sister's name was
Lucille.
You know, I thought to myself, if you had decided to name that guitar after your sister, B.B. King would be really ticked off at you.
Yeah, oh yeah. My sister's name was Lucille, and I had one named Freddie. Both of them are deceased now. And my brother is in Biloxi, Mississippi. He is a minister, and his name is Kenneth, Reverend Kenneth Haynes. And I come from one of them families, one of them Baptist family, hardcore Baptists, you know.
Yeah.
You know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't lost none of that. You know, I love my spiritual background. I wrote a song called Leave, and I'm letting the cat out the bag here. I'm doing a song called Leave, and I'm doing 4 versions of it, of the same song. And one song is it's written for a woman to sing, though.
Okay.
It's strictly for a girl to sing. She's singing, telling the old man that in so many words, she's sick and tired of, you know, like what's going down. And if I can, I'll tell you how it kind of goes. So, and I tell all the guys that's out there that got a pencil and want to try to rip me off, don't fool with me now, because I tear the courthouse door down with your tail, you know. So don't write nothing. Just listen.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And one version is going to be a spiritual version. There's a rock and roll version, which is the woman is going to sing, and there's a country version, and the blues version. The blues version I'm going to do myself. You know what I'm saying? But the spiritual version is going to go like this. Say you ain't got nothing that I want, Satan. You ain't got nothing that I need, Satan. Get out of my face, Satan. You in the wrong place, Satan. That's old gospel quartet, you know. Like people like the Dixie Hummingbirds and all them people.
We had them here about a month ago.
Uh-huh.
And Just what you're saying, just what you're doing.
That's what I'm going to do. See, people don't know that I know how to do all this.
Will each of the four have different lyrics?
No, there's the one which where I use the term Satan is the only part in that mixed with the other song.
Okay.
Is Leave. The name of the song is called Leave,
Right.
and all four versions is going to be called Leave, but there's something nobody's ever done before. I'm doing something different that nobody's ever done. I don't care. I could record all four of you all in here doing the same song. Somebody's just got to sell. I'm looking to make some money. You understand? I don't care whose sell. And then we get rid of that old professional jealousy thing. You understand? One cat like say, hey, man, you they do it too good. He said, well, maybe the next time. I had to get the next one. You allowed to be in the garbage can. You know what I'm saying? You dig?
Absolutely.
Something it's got to be done with the record business because it's a new day out there. It's a new monkey in the tree and a new kid on the block.
And very, very tough to figure out.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do. And see with your websites and all that, I don't have to worry about record companies telling me what I got to do. Don't nobody own me. I do what I want to do now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't signing nothing with nobody unless they show me some real good honesty. You understand me? Before I put my name on a piece of paper. You know, I ain't got no more to be ripped off.
You
See, when I control everything, if I make 1 million CDs and I don't sell them, I know they're in the back room. You understand?
Sure.
I go out there and play frisbees with them. You know, erase them and make frisbees out of them.
You sound like a man who has been burned, but who has learned.
Oh yeah,
from
you
his
learn.
experiences.
The record companies will learn you. They'll teach you something because when people get ripped off like this tells me, in plain English, that the record company that ripped you off had no intention of paying you in the first place. See, and I believe that record companies that thrive on doing artists this way, they do it because the artist has got to get money from their source of income in order to function. Sure. And if they don't ever pay you, you can't ever sue them. Because first of all, you got to find a lawyer that's going to go out and start pulling teeth unless you got some pliers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that means dollar bills. You ain't no guarantee you're going to get anything anyway.
Right.
But I figure when guys steal from the artist, take your livelihood, and you didn't get no money, and I feel like that they don't pay taxes on the money that they stole from you, because it don't make sense.
Right, it's all under the table.
Yeah, they don't have to pay no taxes. See, that's the reason why I said the government should get in there and help us with this, because I think they rawly got ripped off or getting ripped off, because you're gonna pay taxes on something you stole? No. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that gives you away right away. So if I can put it in my pocket and you didn't see me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the way they're doing us, you know. And I feel like the government should get in there when the minute I jump up and tell a lawyer that I want to go after so-and-so and so-and-so about something.
It's
and
done.
the lawyer immediately contact some parts of the government, and they send a man right away, and he's involved in your case. When you go to court, he's dispatched there to find out what is going on. We can't get that kind of help. I've cried for them to help me because I got millions out there, you know, all over the world.
Yeah.
You got bootleggers, you know. There's a company in New Orleans, Louisiana, called Red Dog Records. But they just changed their name, and they think I don't know where they are. But see, I'm worse than the police.
Bo's on the case.
I'm worse than the police, man. I know where they are. But you can't get the guy. He's crying he ain't got no money.
Slippery, very slippery.
No, well, how's he functioning? You know, he ain't got no money, but he's functioning, you know.
But we had Johnny Johnson up here
Yeah,
a while ago.
that's my buddy.
A good man. And he went through the ringer, I think.
Yes, he did.
He went through the ringer as far as these types of things
Yeah.
are concerned. And yet he seems to be very much at peace with
It's
himself.
nothing you can with it, sir. It's a thing like, your fans look at you like, how could this happen?
Yeah.
Oh, you do learn how it happened. You understand? You learn how it happened. Somebody with a pencil is dangerous as a cat with a machine gun. Okay? See, so all you got to do is change one number or something like that, and that number don't indicate just you.
Big difference.
See, so I hate to even a lot of times talk about the mess because a lot of people don't understand how this garbage could happen to you. Very easy. It's called trust me.
Yeah.
And all my fans, we love one another, and all over the world. And they see me, they said, money bags. See, because they bought records and they thought that Bo got the money. Bo ain't got nothing from these people. And, my stomach turns when I hear other younger musicians going through. I hear guys, not only black dudes, my white brothers, got the same problem.
Sure.
So it wasn't just me ripped off.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
I am sorry to hear of those kinds of troubles for one who has contributed so much to our enjoyment and
I
to
was the beginning,
our
man, and
music.
you're the beginning of rock. You can't find nobody before me. They tried to jump up and say that Elvis started rock and roll. That's the biggest lie that ever was told. Give him the credit what's due. You understand me? I was like 2.5 years ahead of Elvis Presley. And he used to come and watch what I was doing, wiggling and jumping around on the stage, and they shoved me back in the corner and said, but that was what we're going through the stupid years. That old black and white thing. We were going through that. That's the stupid years.
Yeah, Pat Boone doing a wop bop a loo bop.
Little Richard.
Yeah, right.
See, this was the stupid years. Now, I can tell you, back then, we had radio stations that wouldn't play black music.
Right.
And that's how the Caucasian movement moved in. Cats started throwing their Steinway pianos down the stairs, and they wanted to play like Bo Diddley and Chuck Berry.
Baldwin piano.
Yeah. Baldwins, Steinways, all of them. Every last one of them was going, cats their mothers was telling them, I'm talking about Caucasians, their parents was telling them, we want you to play like Uncle so-and-so. He's a great pianist. And the kid looking at it and saying, I want a guitar. I want me a Gibson, something, but I don't want to play that. I want to play that music like Chuck Berry and Muddy Waters play.
Yeah.
And the parents freaked out. They didn't know what's happening here. This ain't us. But the brothers did a good job. They're doing a good job of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they did.
Now they may not understand it. See, I lived it. I lived the blues. And what the blues is, when you're hungry, and I was there when I was like 17, 18 years old, man, I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, and that ain't the blues.
That's the blues.
When the landlord knocking on the door, and you tell him to run it down the stairs, tell the people downstairs, and tell them I ain't upstairs. You understand? That's the blues. And ain't nothing in your refrigerator to eat. That's definitely blues. Now, I had a cats to tell me all the time, oh, man, blues is down in music. Yeah, you're right. When you down, you got to get up and get up out of it. The blues will sleep with you. Hug you all night.
Yeah. Were you doing the washboard trio thing at the time that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Here? Mm-hmm. And give us some idea of what that was like, Bo.
Oh, that was great. That was great. Those were great days, man. When I was on the street corners in Chicago, me and Roosevelt Jackson and Little Papa Joe, Joe Williams it is. You probably heard of Joe Williams.
Oh, man,
yeah. Little Papa Joe, that's it, and and Billy Boy. We all used, we go and I'd steal my mother's cake bowl and go sit on the corner. And when we got through, man, we had a bowl full of nickels and dimes and a few dollars in there. And we'd go home and split the money up, man. We made some nice little change on the street corners. It fed me, and I had money, $15, $20 was a lot of money back then. You could go get a sack of potatoes for 10 cents almost, and don't do that today. They'll call the police on you. You know what I'm saying? You go in the store with a dime talking about, give me a bag of potatoes. What?
Was the washboard stuff all
I never had a
percussion?
washboard. I had a wash tub.
Wash tub.
That was the bass.
Okay, that's
my
the
bass. That was my bass. Boom, 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 boom. And Roosevelt Jackson was my partner. He was also my sparring partner too. We used to beat the heck out of each
That's
other.
right. You were an amateur boxer.
Yeah, we used to.
as well.
We used to just around there in the neighborhood. We used to beat on each other. Man, shoot, those days was beautiful.
When did Ellis McDaniel become Bo Diddley?
In grammar school, at about 12 years old.
A nickname?
Yeah.
Any specific reason?
I have no idea what the heck it means. I know what it means in German. Some German cats said, no, I'm not going to tell you. Some cats, me and Little Richard and the Everly brothers was on a bus in London. And every time the cats, somebody would call my name, these 4 dudes back there would bust out and start laughing. So the translator finally, when we got to the place, finally told me what they was laughing at. So
Yes.
you have to be careful
Very much.
when you use certain words, man, because let me tell you this. I played in Barcelona, Spain. And I was just, man, me and Johnny Guitar Watson. And I was out there doing my thing. I noticed a few people in the front row got up and politely walked out. Now, this is worrying me, that I see about 10 people, in the front row get up and go out the door. And they went out and was complaining to the promoter that I told them to leave. I said, I never said that. He said something in your song, and they was offended by it. And I said, something I said in the song? He said, yeah, I tell you what, Bo, when you go back out, don't sing. just play.
Oh, that's funny.
Because something I said in the song, they was offended by it. In their language,
Yeah.
it meant something else. So I started, I said, no, I ain't talking no more.
This man has stories to tell. Bo Diddley is our guest today on Mixed Bag Radio. We'll be back with more after this. Pete Fornatale back with you on Mixed Bag Radio with my special guest today, Bo Diddley. Bo, I'm trying to get some sense of what you were talking about earlier in terms of the things you were doing did have a lot to do with percussion, and yet the guitar is not, on the surface, a percussion instrument.
No, well, see, I tried to play drums at one time, and my left hand tried to do what the right one was doing, and I could never get it together. I play a little bit now, but I can teach. I taught my daughter to play drums, and she mean, man, and my other daughter to play keyboard, and I got another one that sings, and all 3 of them is got some, me going on, But I could never do this by myself, and I just wanted to make music and make it, my guitar do what the drums was doing.
How do you accomplish
So I
that?
started to making all these funny sounds before they put them in electronic, into what they call it, chips and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you can approach the guitar as a percussion instrument. In a way.
Yeah.
And there was a point where you were obviously not satisfied with the instruments that were available to you and designed
My square guitar.
your own, the
Yes.
cigar box.
Yes, no. I resent that. No cigar box.
But the
It's a
shape.
little bit longer than
Oh,
cigar
yeah.
box.
But
No, I call it the Mean Machine.
the Mean Machine? Well,
Yeah.
Tell me how you invented the Mean Machine.
Well, the show I used to do when I was younger, jump up and down and with the guitar between my legs and all that kind of stuff. You see this guitar sitting here? Mm-hmm. That guitar is dangerous. It's dangerous for jumping up, jumping down and squatting
Oh,
on top
my.
of it. You know, it's called have the ambulance ready. You understand? See, so when I did that, I used to have an L5, big one, you know, and I was at the Apollo, and I jumped up in there and jumped down, and I escaped a little bit, you know, but something told me this act is not going to work. So I decided to go home and build me a square guitar, something. But what I did was I squatted on the stage, look, and then I measured how far from the floor up. You understand what I mean?
I do.
Where the danger was still start. You understand? See, so then I went to Gretsch and had them to, used to be a place on 48th Street called Trimble Music. And I had them to go to Gretsch. And when Gretsch used to be in Brooklyn, and they built the guitar there for me. I got 2 or 3 other designs, you know, for what I call looks. You know, I designed one with the tails on it. I call the Jupiter Thunderbird. It had tails on it like the '59 Cadillac.
That was the
that was
zenith of fins.
That's it. That's it. You know, I hate that Cadillac quit doing a different thing, you know, so that now they look like all the rest of them. If you see it from a distance, you don't know what it is. You got to get up on and find a name.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, and I wish that they would go back, you know, and do that.
Stranger still is that they're using Led Zeppelin records to sell Cadillacs. Could you have ever imagined that?
Well, I wrote a song called, I wrote a commercial and sent it to Cadillac, and I had my daughter to start it off, and it said, she would come to me and say, Daddy, come and see a brand new Cadillac for you and me, you know. And then I said, so I've been told Cadillac is the king of the road. And it says in 1955, Cadillac still here, still alive, you know. And I never heard nothing from him back, you know. And then I hear all of this. I said, oh, my God, what is this, you know? And you couldn't sell me a Cadillac with that kind of music trying to attract my attention, you know?
Yeah.
Say something to me about the vehicle, and I might unzip my pocket. Mm-hmm. They're going to say?
I do.
But other than that, no. But the Cadillac is still there, you know?
You know, people have honored you in many ways.
I love them. Mm-hmm. Go
And
ahead.
we're going to talk about some of that. But there are 2 songs about you that I wanted to mention on the program today and see if you knew of them or what you thought of them. The first one has been around a while. It's been around since the 60s. It was by an English group called The Animals. And the name of the song is The Story of Bo Diddley.
Well, they did tell one lie in there.
Oh, let me hear that.
Said, I forget which was, they added a word in there that I never said. You know, I think it was something about Jerome or something other that was in there.
Well, let's see. Jerome was in there. The Duchess was in there.
That's something other they said. I said, where on earth did they get that from? That ain't nothing. I didn't say that, you know. And but they did a pretty good job of it. But there's another song that well, I can't mention any name because they know who they are. I never saw any writers or anything from none of these cover songs. So somebody's real fat. You know.
I just want to stick with the Animals for 1 second because the quote that they attribute to you at the end of the song is, "That's the biggest load of rubbish that I ever did hear."
Yeah.
Now, are you saying
The
that
song actually meant that I was a kid with an instrument, and a guy comes by and says, "I'm gonna make you a star." You understand? And that's like somebody coming to your door and hear you singing and says, "Hey, I think you need to be on record." You know, that's what it meant.
Yeah, yeah. It is a great one. Eric Burdon and the Animals. We have a little surprise for you. One of the newest songs that invokes your name is by one of the favorite guests on this program, a singer-songwriter by the name of Willie Nile. Willie, we didn't talk about this, but would you mind stepping over here for a minute?
I think I heard something that he did, wrote a CD. Is that the CD that was in the car? Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Well,
you know.
Willie, it's not out yet, but what can you tell us about the song that mentions Bo? Come on right in here.
Well, the song, my friend Frankie Lee and I, we write a lot of songs together.
Yeah.
And we wrote, one time, I live on McDougal Street downtown, and I was walking, lived there for years, and I saw you walking one day, and I told my friend Frank, and he said, "I saw Bo one day too walking down there Washington Square." So we wrote a song to honor you. It's called "The Day I Saw Bo Diddley in Washington Square." And I wanted to make it like a real, a lot of pictures and images about a lot of different things going on in life. Like Washington Square, there's so much going on, and it's a
Right.
lot of different images. Basically, the chorus goes singing lay down, na na na," singing "Lay Down with Me." Let's see. He sang a song for those who just don't have a prayer. The day I saw Bo Diddley in Washington Square.
Yeah,
And we did a Celtic thing to it. We made like a Celtic drinking song, but my guitar player, Andy, he put like a tremolo-y guitar, but it was written to honor you. And
Willie, what does Bo Diddley mean to Willie Nile?
Well, you know, I got a quote from Lou Reed the other day. I sent him a copy of the album,
Yeah.
and he really liked it. And he said, the quote he gave me, he said, "I'm so glad. I love that Willie Nile wrote a song about my idol, Bo Diddley. Thanks, Willie." And when I grew up in Buffalo, New York, and I
Right.
went to see you one time at the Pine Grill in Buffalo.
Wow, man, we're going way back.
Way back, a long time ago, and it was a great show. I mean, you're amazing. I mean, you've influenced so many people. I'm just one of the many, with the guitar and the great sound. I mean, that was the blues series that was on PBS recently with the Scorsese series. There was a clip of you in the studio, and it was the most low-down, great rockin' piece of clip. I thought, just keep showing that clip. So anyway, you just a great inspiration to so many of us, and
Thank you.
our way of trying to just tip our hat and send our love
Thank
your
you.
way.
Thank you, man.
Let's listen to Willie's tribute on Mixed Bag Radio.
Yeah, buddy. Thank
All
you.
right. That's The Day I Saw Bo Diddley in Washington Square by Willie Nile. This is Pete Fornatale on Mixed Bag Radio. I'll have more with Bo right after this. Anytime you want to pick that up, Bo, you feel free.
Can you do the outro again?
Sure.
Raise it up a little.
Okay. Okay.
I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think that'll make a nice moment, don't you?
Yeah, I didn't know you were going to sing. Thank you.
Oh, I can't. I have got to get out. Oh boy, in about 20 minutes.
Really, because we're going to run short.
Oh no, I think we got 2 solids. This will be the last. Because when we add the music, we're golden.
Okay. Well, if Are you gonna play the Bo? I'm gonna go see
Oh,
you
yeah,
tonight.
sure.
Are you able to play the guitar? Are you able to play the guitar with your hand?
Yeah.
Great, great.
Let's see. We're going to have to construct a lot of this anyway, Bill. So you can even start this segment with the sound in the back. You know what I mean? And I'll lead into it. You back to speed? This is Pete Fornatale back with you on Mixed Bag Radio with my special guest, Bo Diddley. We are at the Gibson Baldwin showroom in New York City, and just so happened that one of those Gibson guitars was within reach, and Bo picked one up. And since you did, Bo, we were talking about the Bo Diddley beat earlier, but talking about it and getting an illustration of it are two different things. Can you show us a little bit of how you picked it out? It's been the driving force behind a million rock and roll dreams. Do you have mixed feelings then about the songs that use your beat, but I guess don't give
Don't
give you
I
credit?
got to have because it's all based around dollar bills.
Yeah.
And we have the opportunity. We live in a free nation, and we have the opportunity to become somebody in your own way, long as it's honest, decent, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do it, and you got somebody that's figuring out how not to pay you for it, means that we're living. There's words I got for that I can't use. I can't find a substitute for it because I got another word for
I hear you.
being ripped off, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's the reason why I spoke earlier about the government should be, now everybody talk about dictatorship. I've been dictated to all my life, ever since I come in the world. My mother said, don't bother that. That's dictatorship. Eat that. You know what I'm saying? That's dictatorship. That says you're not going to the movies. That's dictatorship. So I'm 75 years old and still being dictated to. So when somebody takes and do your thing, that is yours. You made that for you and not your brother, And if you want to give him some of it, cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nice to be able to divide a little bit if it's your brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for somebody to just take you something, tell you go shut up, they ain't paying you, and then you got to go get attorneys to fight for you, and there's no guarantee you're going to get anything after it's all over. Yeah. And this is one of the bad things.
It is bad. Let me make a specific point and give you an example. When it's someone like Bruce Springsteen, who so obviously admires and loves what you do and wants to keep it out there in front of the public, and he's the big fish right now.
That's right.
So when it's him and he does a song like She's the One, which is clearly an extension of the Bo Diddley beat, and then at the opening of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken, were you at the opening, Bo?
No, I was sick. I was
Okay.
in the hospital. I had an operation on my back.
All right, but you must
I'm
know.
the one that told them to put it where it's at.
Oh, in Cleveland.
They called and talked to me for 45 minutes, an hour, trying to find out where they should put it at, because I was the first one that went to Cleveland at Spatz's Show Bar, and that's where it everything really started from. Then I left Spatz's and came to New York. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
And that's when Cashbox and all those organizations was in now. Nobody knows that I got an award from Cashbox. It used to be a music magazine,
yeah.
called Cashbox. And I have an award from them. I was also in the have an award from the Academy of Music. And I will say this much I'll tell. When Chess Studios moved from Chicago and went somewhere, they sold out, went somewhere. There was a guy working there, and I had been awarded a plaque from the Academy of Music, I think. And the guy had it and kept it for like 7, 8 years. I went to Chicago to play for the homeless, Coalition for the Homeless one year. This ain't been too long ago, maybe about 4 years ago. And the guy left a note there for me and said, please call him. He had something for me. So I called the dude up and I was trying to figure out, who are you? What you all about? You know, he says, I got something for you. He says, I'm going blind and I have something for you and I think you should have it before I can't see who I'm giving it to, you know.
Wow.
And the guy sent it over. Him and a cab driver brought it to me to where I was playing at. And it was a plaque that they never gave me from Chess Records.
Oh, man.
From the Academy of Music. They never gave it to me. It was 1961, I think is on the thing. And the guy had it all those years. He kept it, and then he gave it to me. It's on my wall now.
Well, it had a happy ending, but I'm sorry that it took so long.
But I'm saying, why did they keep it?
Right.
They figured, I got this. My head would get swelled, and I might ask for some money. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the only thing I can think of. You know, why did they keep it? It wasn't to them, it was to me. You know, but I got it.
I just want to go back to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for a minute because it was on that occasion that Bruce really made the connection by doing your song, Mona, and then his own song, She's the One.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Boy, I'm going to have to correct that, but you know, we might have to do that we're going to have to do a lot in post-production. Bo, if we, would it be possible to do a little bit of Leave to close the show with?
Oh, Leave?
Yeah.
It said, you ain't got... This is for a woman to sing, though, you know.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll lead you up to it because there's one or two more things I want to ask you about. I'm going to correct the fact that Bruce Springsteen, at the opening of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, did Bo Diddley into his own song, She's the One. All kinds of people have had hits with Mona. All kinds of people have had hits with Who Do You Love? What's your favorite version other than your own of Who Do You Love?
The Rolling Stones.
You like the Stones? Who am I thinking of? The Doors also did it. Ronnie Hawkins, who played with the band, or the band backed him up as the
Ronnie,
Hawks.
That's my good buddy up in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that at the last waltz with the band.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you were there that night too. Wherever that sound is, Bo Diddley is. Now, one more thing. One thing I love about this show is that even after all of these years, I can still learn something new. I did not know until I did the research for your visit that you wrote Love is Strange.
Yeah, I did.
For Mickey and Sylvia.
Right.
A big hit. Paul McCartney later recorded it, but it's not under your name.
It's under my ex-wife's name, Ethel Smith.
What is that all about?
Well, that's a songwriting name of mine, but I sold the song out to Benghazi Music, and because I wasn't getting paid for it, so I don't even know if they got anybody. If Sylvia, I talked to Sylvia a couple of years ago, I don't know if they even got paid for it. There's so much of that crap going around there where people were running with other people's money,
Yeah. But it is another legendary moment in rock and roll that you are responsible for. Love is Strange by Mickey and Sylvia. Oh, man. Pete Fornatale with you on Mixed Bag Radio. Our time has flown with Bo Diddley today. Bo, I'm going to ask you a favor, but before it, a question. I don't know how concerned you are about your place in music history or anything like that, but I do know that you've already achieved a kind of immortality, because long after both of us leave this planet, people will be referring to the Bo Diddley beat. How would you like to be remembered way, way down the road in the future?
Well, for my grandkids and my great-grandkids, to have something to boast about, that their grandfather was the beginning of the old music, rock and roll, whatever they want to call it. Because I don't think rock and roll is going to be ever called old, really. It's good. And blues. Blues is not old.
No.
Blues, everybody's still trying to do it because it's reality. Rock and roll is happy music, and I just don't think it's ever going to die away because we're still hanging on. People still like lyrics, love songs and stuff like that. This is us, and I'm not going to let it go away. As long as I can make some noise with the sax, I'm going to keep doing it.
Amen to that, brother. The favor is if you do a little bit of leave for us to close.
Oh, you want to hear a little of that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I told the cats out there that the big time thieves don't fool with me. Said, you ain't got nothing that I want. You ain't got nothing that I need. You ain't got nothing that excites me. So why you don't leave? Get out of my face. You in the wrong place. Get out of my face. You bugging me. Why don't you just leave? Please. You bugging me. Just leave. Now, no good, buddy. You think you having fun? And you gon' keep on messing around, make me call 911. You better leave. That's a no. They got the BBs and hear the whole thing tonight.
Fair enough.
You better get out of my face.
Oh, man. Bo, you are a true gentleman. I really appreciate this opportunity.
All right.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Be well. Get better fast.
Oh, I'm all right.
Oh, gosh. That was fun. Oh, man. Okay, that's oh, you mean we can do it right here? Bo, would you mind a picture in
Huh?
front of this beautiful guitar?
Go ahead.
How should we do it? Should I come? Wanna move this way?
Get these out the way.
Am I okay here? Right with the man.
See, the line that I couldn't put in there was, I didn't put in there, it says, you know, good buddy, I know where you're coming from, but tonight, good buddy, You ain't gonna get none. You better leave.
How about Willie? Can we do one with Willie?
Get out of my face.
Yeah, come on, we'll go.
Let's surround our man here.
See, get out of my face. You're in the wrong place. Said, don't try to kiss me. Don't try to hold my hand. What part of this damn song that you don't understand? Get out of my face. See, that's what a chicken say. Leave. You bugging me. Said, no, no, no. You say you ain't been drinking. You're lying so good because your breath is stinking. Leave.
It's already zoomed all the way out.
Yeah. Just get up and leave.
All right, Pete, you gonna get up and leave?
I told you told me to leave. I'll leave.
Hang on, one very short second.
Oh.
Right.
Well, I gotta go back to work.
Yeah, man.
I'll be coming to see you.
All right.
God bless you.
All right, man.
God bless you.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
I still got a little bit, I got a little bit left.
We got a lot left. We got a lot left, Bo.
Bill, I came up 0 on Emmy Lou, so we'll have to talk about what we're gonna do about that.
Everything's done.
See ya.
Bye, Chris.
Oh, Will, you going? I'll call you later, we'll hook up. You gotta leave.
Mr. Bo.
He's got everybody out
You're out of room.
What's this, Fornatale, what?
Fornatale.
Fornatale?
Fornatale.
Fornatale. Hi there, guys and dolls. This is Bo Diddley. And you're listening to Pete Fornatale on Mixed Bag Radio. Now, don't touch that dial, because if you do, you're going to miss some goodies, goodies, goodies. Wait a minute, let me do another. Hey, hey, hey. I guess you're wondering who this is. Well, I ain't gone yet. This is Bo Diddley, the mighty Bo Diddley, and you're listening to Pete Fornatale on Mixed Bag Radio. Get your hands off of that dial, because we got some more good stuff coming your way. Take a listen.
Fill the whole hour with that. Loop it around. And then we'll say, you gotta leave.
Get out of my face. No, the thing is, we said, get out of my face. You're in the wrong place. Leave. You bugging me. I ain't got time to be talking. I ain't doing nothing. I'm walking. You better leave. Get away from me. You bugging me. Get out of my face. You in the wrong place.
Okay, did you do an ID? I want an ID.
He did IDs like nobody's ever done IDs before.
Yeah, good.
He didn't use your track.
Are you doing any more? Or come on next Dave? I didn't call, but I will if you need to call.
Yeah, we'll call.
Want to call after? Want to call after?
Thank you. And I'll call Chris and we'll get you up to
What do you
it.
want to say?
No, no, Paul.
Or you want to, okay.
Paul.
Email me the number when you get home because it's on this computer here and I'm.
No, talk to you later.
Hi,
Linda
I'm
Feder?
Linda.
Yeah, how you, Linda? You ain't got nothing that I want.
Me? I mean, nothing you want. You sure?
No, see, that's
Should I
what
be
that's what you do. No, wait a minute, no, girls, this song is for a girl to say to a boyfriend, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I just got through doing something on that, they cracked up.
Yes.
It's, you ain't got nothing that I want. You ain't got nothing that I need. You ain't got nothing that excites me. So why don't you just leave?
I get it. Okay. On that note.
Then she do this. Get out of my face.
Yeah, I've done it a few times Okay, take care.
All right, okay.
Bye. I'm off to the Bahamas.
Mm.
Oh, good for you.
I'm a Bahama mama.
What time is it?
Oh, yeah?
I have to get at 5 a.m.
I'll talk to you.
5:30.
Yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, call me at
Did
night.
you
There's
call?
nothing else to do.
Did you call, what's the name, did they have it?
They don't have it under that serial number.
Yeah.
So is it a still camera or a video
No,
camera?
no, it's a video camera.
That's what we told them. They don't have it under that number. And she read the serial number off the back of the charger and
Uh-huh.
the battery in Samsung.
Well, ask them,
You know what we'll do? We'll get on her computer and we'll just search the web for that. Maybe be able to find it and have somebody mail it.
There's a possibility that they don't make it. And
they got it over, they gotta have it over there. At B&H, they got it. If they seen, tell them it's a camcorder, a VHF camcorder battery, a long battery. That's,
We told them the battery and the charger, they couldn't find it. We'll try them again.
do you have time
Yeah.
to go?
Used to be someplace at 5 o'clock, right?
yeah, what time is it now?
It's about 20 after 4, 4:30.
Well, I think we better, if it's close by, I'd appreciate it if we could run in. If it's gonna take a long time, then I'm all that. So, if I show it to them, they may have, they have to see it. You see, 'cause they got so much crap in
They
there.
might have something that replaces it.
Yeah, Cause I bought another charger for another battery, I bought in Japan.
So I wonder if you could sign a couple of things. We got a release from the show and a couple of old albums. That was great. It's hard to get Pete to laugh so hard.